Hey guys, today I'm going to review all of the Dino 2010 sets, which were actually released in 2005, so I don't know why they're called Dino 210. These are the versions that were only released in Europe, not in the Americas, because the American versions were the ones that had guns and all that. These are the ones with cages, which I actually find better. So I'm going to review all of these today, and why do you have the European versions? I just do. But I'm going to be going through each set one by one. I'm not really going to go over the minifigures since they're not, too unique from each other, just different face prints. I can't find all the figures, so that's another reason. So I'm going to start with the smallest to the biggest set, so let's begin. First off, this is the Dino Quad set, which is, like I said, 7294. It has 39 pieces and it was around $5. I can't find the official prices, but I think it was like $5. And of course it just has a buggy and the raptor. This is the most common of the raptors since, it's $5. And this is just a black one, but it has some blueprinting, so this is my favorite. I think I have two of these because I know somebody had the American version of the set. And each dinosaur is actually exclusive to the sets, so this is exclusive. There's another one in a $20 set, but it has like a yellow printing. So it's a cool mold. It barely attaches the studs at all, but it's just kind of, you balance it with the tail. You can, have it attack or so. And the main build is this little buggy, which has a figure in it. And you can stand up, and you can slightly adjust this here on the back. It has a little satellite single, and has wheels, of course. And the main feature, of course, is you're trying to catch the raptor with this chain. So you just tie it around it like that. And you can just kind of call it home. That's really it. Very simple build. The next set, Dino Buggy Chaser, which has 83 pieces, and it's like I said, 7295. Of course, this one also has only one figure, and this set was around $10, I think it was. So today it'd probably be around 20 to 25 bucks. The Raptor, which is really big, which is a problem I have with the series. But I think it's mainly because they're supposed to be mutant dinosaurs, not just regular ones. This is supposed to be your Velociraptor or Utah Raptor, really, because Velociraptors were like basically the size of the other raptor in the set. So this is the main buggy. Nice piece here, so it's a lot of older pieces. Steering wheel, which is connected to the staff piece. The older staff piece, it's a little longer. You can, I guess, move this part up here. But the main thing is you're trying to throw this rope around like this, around the raptor, and I guess you're trying to catch it like that. And I guess that's it. It's that simple. It's a $10 set that I don't know how the rope's supposed to hold it though. Yeah. So here's the next set. This is the Dino 4WD Trapper. There's 283 pieces. Lego set 7296. It was around 20 bucks when it came out. So yeah, I think it was like 20 bucks. So pretty big set for 20 bucks. If it came out today, it'd probably be like around 40-ish. And one of 3 of these raptors, which I'll show you each individually in a second. But first, there's a lot of stickers on the green grill, which are kind of coming off. It's hard to stick them on mainly because this is a really old set, of course. And the inside, you can fit a few figures in here. I just have one of them posing in the seat, and there's a few more areas here. Not much on the front. Of course, you're going to roll this around. The main feature is at the back with the cage. So if you want to get the cage out from here, you just move these flips down. And the main feature is you can just pull this lever and this cage will come out. Just kind of keep try to figure out which way you have to move it. There we go. And you can move that cage out, and there's a little hook on it that you connect to it, and there's the cage. There's some chicken legs inside there, and you can take the raptors out by moving this up where you stick their tails in. So here's all 3 of the raptors, and that's what the back looks like without the cage. And that's what the cage looks like without the raptors in it. So you get 3 raptors in the set. The first one is kind of almost the same as the one from the smaller set, except it has some yellow printing on the back. This is a pink one with blue, which is interesting, and this is the light brown one with some yellow. So I'm glad you get 3 of these in the set. There's only 2 sets that these guys are in, so along with the smaller one. So now the biggest sets are going to have some T-Rexes in them. The second to last set, this is the Dino Track Transporter. This has 363 pieces. Lego set 7297, and it was around 40 bucks when it came out. So it had 3 minifigures. I can't really find all of them, so I'm just going to have the main one here just driving. Has these pieces right here, which makes it kind of hard to stick figures inside. You can probably try and stick one in the middle. Of course, to get inside, you have this little ladder, which is kind of nice how they did that. And it easily kind of fits in here. The other side doesn't really have much. It has this little laser thing. You can kind of move around. You can fold back over here. It has this little control panel and some just joystick type stuff. That's not much to it. Of course, you can also roll it on the ground since it's on tank treads here. And they move a lot easier than the newer ones, actually. So then they also have a little steering wheel, and you just stick one of them in the middle. The main feature, though, is this cage that has one of the dinosaurs. This is the green one, and to take it out, I just have to take these chains off, which you attach to him. Take him out. You can move his legs and his arms, and you can pose him however you'd like. It's a really shiny kind of black color, and of course you can move his head and his arms. You know, have a little brick part there you can attach things on. The coolest part, though, is even though the set's like 13 years old, it still glows eyes like that. Just to press this button up here. Of course, you can also open its mouth a bit. A little harder, though, but yeah, you can open that up. And then you said stick back in the cage. There's a little door opening area over here. You can't really move this one too much. But yeah, the cage in the other set is better, but all it has is a T-Rex. Or a mutant T-Rex or whatever. Nice design, really big though. And the main way to connect it is you have a little pin that you stick in there. And you're able to move it around since this is on wheels. Here's the final and the biggest set from this wave. It is the Lego set 7298 Dino Air Tracker. 711 pieces, and it was around $70. And honestly, today this would be probably around $120, $130. Like in the previous set would have been around $80 today. So yeah, double the price about. They're really big. This is a really big set for $70. Of course, you also get this cage, the Pteranodon, and a little buggy here. I'm just going to show you some of the main features, and then I'm going to have to raise the camera up so I can show you the main feature on the bottom. Now, of course, there's two cockpit areas. You can easily take this part off. It's connected by these two studs here. And I just put a figure here. You can actually probably fit another one over here as well. And you have a little control panel. You can also take the one behind it off. That whole part slides off here. And you have just room for one more figure there. There's this big propeller here is in the way. So now also there's this wrench piece, which is really cool. It's I think this might actually be exclusive to the set in the American version of the set. And you can fit minifigures' hands. It's just a really cool piece. You also have a little air tank here. A lot of details in this part, the set itself. There's also a little wrench here where you can lower down, maybe this here. If you're trying to load it on. This is a little scooter they give you. And really nothing to it. And you're actually able to put that somewhere, but I'll show you that in a second. You can basically raise and lower this, and you can move this around like that. There's a swivel chair, some details inside. It's really hard to show you since, again, the propellers are kind of in the way. If I turn this around, show you the other side, not much to it. And again, here's the propellers. I'm going to take that off for a second there. Just some gear inside. This little laser turret here, you can kind of move. And they give you a net. Now, the main way to attach the scooter is they give you this little area over here, and you're supposed to attach it to this hook. Kind of like that. They give you a little area to put that. And of course, here's what the top looks like without the propellers. Here's how the main feature works. You basically just lift off the helicopter, and on the other side of it, there's this little lever here, and if you twist that, this little hook comes out from the bottom. And of course, there's also these wheels, and you can move these back down when you're flying the actual craft. I usually have the wheels out just in case, but basically all you have to do is twist this, and it comes out, and it poses for you. And then you're actually able to connect the hook with the cage. And you can lift the cage with the dinosaur in it, which I think is really cool how they did that. And instead of just having the hook just there, you can actually hide it. The cage itself, it also has this red T-Rex, which you basically get him out from there with this back part here, Very similar to the other cage, except that it doesn't have a wheel on it, since, you know, it doesn't have to roll on the ground. And of course, you mainly separate it with these. You have to take that pin out, and you just kind of open this up. Another thing is this T-Rex is red, while the other one in the set was green, and of course this one can also light up. And then you have a pterodactyl, which is exclusive to the set too, exclusive dinosaur as well. It actually uses the same body as the raptor and the same like arm piece as the T-Rex and the raptor. So the only pieces I think that are actually new to this are the main top head here and the wings, which are kind of cool. I think it's an interesting part usage because it kind of does work. And this actually has a new, it's a kind of a green color there, so different from the red, so you don't have just two red dinosaurs. But yeah, that's mainly it for all of the sets.